everybody. Welcome. More sunshine, please. Tuesday night live stream. My name is Jim. Thank you for joining us. Scrambling to get all set here. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching that. Couple things at the beginning. Today is World Autism Awareness Day. You are encouraged to wear blue. I've got a blue shirt here. But it's Disney themed, and I don't know if you can tell. I just got it at the Character Warehouse. It's Small World themed. At the bottom it says, "I conquered. It's a small world." So that's kind of funny, right? Jack Sandy Claus Logan, welcome. Thank you for being the first one here in the chat. Thank you so much. And I encourage everybody once they show up to join in the chat. I had my rundown here. Oh, there it is. I was so efficient. I posted it so I could see it better, so I didn't have to look down. I could look over to the side and see it. But I've got I got things in the way of it, so it kind of defeated the purpose. But so April is Autism Awareness Month, and April 2nd is World Autism Awareness Day. My daughter has autism, so we are touched by that. I know there are people that often watch my live streams that have also been touched by autism. So it's just a day of awareness and understanding. So I won't go on forever, but that's why I'm wearing blue. Bob and Ashley, welcome. Yeah, I saw on your Character Warehouse video, you were looking at this, and as you know, I beat you there on Saturday, and I got the XL. I don't know if they had more, but whatever. MGM Family Traveling, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining us. More people will be joining. I didn't schedule this. I didn't put this in the system to notify people that it was going to happen later in the day. It's been a busy day here. Just found out my son has the flu, so yeah, we got that going on. I feel all right though. Now we'll see as the stream continues. If I get all achy, I'll let you know. Alyssa Stenberg, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Got a couple of news items. I'll go over those really quick. Then what else did I write down? I was at Epcot on Saturday, so I took a little bit of video, and I'll show you the construction that's going on there. There was a new Avengers. They didn't call it a trailer, but this morning Marvel Entertainment posted on their YouTube channel what was called a special look. And it's like a 1-minute video, but it showed some new footage from the movie. So we'll watch that. What else was there? There's a kind of a viral video going around about a guy that sang Ave Maria in the lobby of the Grand Floridian. So, we'll take a look at that. It was pretty cool. So, Alana Zingano, welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much for joining us. So, let's get on with the couple of news items. I'll just go over it really quick. This may be a very quick live stream because I may need to nurse a sick child. So we'll see. I'll get a text message about that, and I'll let you know. The Lucky Minute, welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much for being here. All right, news item 1. I didn't know this till about an hour ago, but there is a new on-ride PhotoPass service now available at the Haunted Mansion in the Magic Kingdom. So now they had always, or for a long time, they had a cast member, PhotoPass photographer, outside of the Haunted Mansion that would take a picture of you, and they could throw in a bit of magic and make it look like one of the hitchhiking ghosts was next to you. But that was outside. That was near the queue of the attraction. Mr. Fulton Mraz, thank you very much for joining us on the live stream. But now, what Disney has starting today is a PhotoPass opportunity in the ride itself, just like on. I think they said they had it on 13 other attractions, or this is the 13th attraction that they have it on. And I saw an example of it, and I don't know where in the ride you get your photo taken. I guess somewhere. Next time you ride it and you see a big flash, that's where it is. But in the example that they show, there were two people in the Doom buggy, and above them looked like was floating the Hatbox Ghost, which is only in Anaheim. We don't have that Hatbox Ghost in the Magic Kingdom here, but it's in the PhotoPass. So I guess we do have him now. And then, so the two people in the Doom buggy were in the middle of the picture. The Hatbox Ghost had his arms raised above them like this with his menacing grin. And then at the bottom of the PhotoPass picture were two other ghostly heads, and one of them looked like Eddie, the Iron Maiden mascot. If you're not familiar, the heavy metal band Iron Maiden in the 80s, and they had this demon mascot of sorts, and the very first one, I think, was a skinnier version than he turned out to be. But one of these guys in this PhotoPass picture looks like that, like the skinny version of Eddie. So go to Instagram and search the hashtag. What was it? Haunted PhotoPass or something like that. I don't know. And you can see the example. It just started today, and they're encouraging the people to share their pictures. But I searched and nobody had yet. So just people posting that it was now available, but nobody had done it. So we're hoping to go there on Sunday, and so maybe we can do that, and I can show it to you next week if you don't see it before then. But so I thought that was pretty neat. What else did I have written on here about that? Oh, so anyway, to get it, if you're not familiar, you need a Magic Band, and you have to have your Disney account linked to it to get to see your PhotoPass photos. And then because I'm an annual pass holder, it's included with my annual pass. So I don't know if you just have a park ticket and you go onto the My Disney Experience app, if you can see the picture, maybe you don't have access to it, or maybe there's a watermark, or perhaps you don't get it at all. I really don't know about that. So because I'm lucky enough to have the PhotoPass as part of the annual pass. So let's check the chat. MGM Family Traveling asks, what do you think of the smoking ban? We talked about this. Was I on Alana Zangano's live stream on, I think, Thursday, and we talked a bit about that. I like it. I'm not a big fan of walking through a cloud of smoke, or even the odor of cigarettes. I know Disney tried to move those areas away, kind of. Like in the Magic Kingdom, one of the smoking areas was in the walkway between Space Mountain and the circus area. Blanking on that. So unless you were walking that path, you weren't really affected by it. But now they're getting rid of all of the smoking areas inside the parks in Disney Springs, the ESPN complex, but they are going to have smoking areas outside of the entrances to the parks. So you still got to walk through the smoke and odor, I guess. I don't really know. I don't know where they're going to be by the entrances, but we'll see. I don't know. Also, there was a stroller restriction They're not allowing those humongous strollers. There's a size. It's like taking a carry-on onto an airplane. You know, most stuff's good, but you know that larger stuff isn't. Most strollers, I understand, are still allowed. It's just those giant strollers and the wagons aren't allowed. And you also can't bring ice cubes or dry ice into the park, and that's a safety concern. You know, the security guards would have to dig into coolers, and you can hide stuff under the ice and stuff like that. So I'm cool with all of these things. You know, the strollers could obstruct walkways. Did I say strollers or coolers? I meant strollers. I don't know what I just said. But the giant strollers could be an obstruction. The smoke is I suppose, a health concern too, you know. And the ice is a safety concern. So I'm cool with all of those things. Who else is here? Riley Wins, welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much for joining us. Disney Nerd Herders, welcome. That was my first news story. That was about the Haunted Mansion PhotoPass opportunity. Okay, news item 2. There's going to be a Disney Villains After Hours events this summer. Starting June 6th will be the first one. It'll go through the beginning of August 8th. So June 6th through August 8th, they're going to have Disney Villains After Hours events. And if you're not familiar, this is when the regular guests leave the park and you need a separate ticket to go to the, this will be in the Magic Kingdom, by the way, to the Magic Kingdom After Hours event. So if the park's open till 10, the After Hours event will go from 10 to 1, for example. What's great about them is that they limit the attendance, so crowds are low. Now, the price for these After Hours events, even though you're only there for a couple hours, they're the same price as a regular price of admission, a regular ticket, rather. But there's a lot fewer people in the park, and all of the rides are open to you, so you don't really need the fast pass system to enjoy all of the rides, I suppose, or however many you can get to in that time. A lot of them are walk-on, from what I understand. But more about the Disney Villains After Hours events. They're going to have for this particular Villains After Hours event, they're going to have a new castle stage show. It's going to be called Villains Unite the Night, with appearances by Jafar, the Queen, Dr. Facilier, and Maleficent. With appearances by Jafar, the Queen, I would imagine it's the Disney Villain Queen and not the Queen of England. We'll have to get confirmation on that. Also, Maleficent the Dragon will be there for a one-of-a-kind experience for party guests. There is also going to be a villain-inspired, or there will be villain-inspired additions to Pirates of the Caribbean and Space Mountain. For the Halloween party, the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, they had additions to Pirates of the Caribbean. They had a character, a pirate character, walking the stone bridge that you sail under on that ride. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water. So I suppose maybe they'll do something like that for this After Hours event. Add a villain, maybe Barbossa, or perhaps they'll add Blackbeard or Davy Jones. How cool would that be? You know, I am amazed. Those Pirates of the Caribbean movies are now 10, 15 years old. And I saw Davy Jones. I watched one of the movies recently, and the effects, the Davy Jones with the tentacles, that looks really good. That was amazing. I have always been awed by how great that effect looked, because it's all CGI. And Davy Jones, if you're unfamiliar, he was kind of turning into multiple sea creatures, really, but his face was that of a squid, or an octopus rather, and so it was all done in CGI, but it looked fantastic. So if you've never seen it, watch it. Do you agree? Am I making too much of that? I always thought it looked amazing. Uper Wisdom Videos, welcome, Jason. Thank you for being here. Laura Lassiter, thank you for joining us on the live stream. Jamie B, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Maleficent would be cool. Yes. Oh, here's another thing, too. Speaking of that, the villains at this After Hours event will not be participating in character greetings during this. So, and quite often at these events, or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, those character greetings have the longest lines, because quite often they'll be characters you don't normally see in the parks. Well, they're not even going to do that for this. Mr. Fulton Mraz says, are they still going to make Pixar's Incredibles 3 movie? I actually don't know. I didn't know that was in production, or had begun pre-production at all. It wouldn't surprise me. If I were Pixar, I'd be making Incredibles movies all the live long day. I like The Incredibles more than I like Toy Story. Is that an unpopular opinion? Perhaps. But I love The Incredibles, so I'm all for making more Incredibles movies. But I don't know the answer to your question. I'm going to guess that, yeah, they're going to make it. But it's all up to Brad Bird, the creator of The Incredibles. So, yeah, I'd love that. Busy Mama Perino, welcome to the stream. Sorry I'm late. No problem. No worries. I was a little bit late, I think. Uper Wisdom Videos. Jim, how long did you stand in line for your orange bird? Did you see? Is the mic in the way? Here. Right there. Went to Epcot on Saturday, and the Flower and Garden Festival has been going for the better part of a month now. And I actually only waited in line for less than 10 minutes. It wasn't any longer than some of the other lines for some of the other food booths. So I recorded a lot of footage. That will probably be my next video that I edit, is my stroll through the Flower and Garden Festival. So that's coming up. But no, I didn't stand in line for very long at all. So I was pleased about that, because I dig the orange bird. I debated whether I wanted to get that. I did. The line was cool. If the line had been any longer, maybe not. But yeah, I went for it. Let's see, a couple other things. Back to the... I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Back to the Disney Villains After Hours event. They're going to have specialty food and beverages, as they always do. They're going to have specialty logo merchandise for these After Hours events with the... Or I don't know if it's for the event or just villain themed. That'd probably be better. I'd rather purchase a villain thing than a little event shirt. Let's say I was going to buy a T-shirt. If it has a date on it, I'm less apt to purchase it, because pretty soon it's no longer 2015, and now I have a 2015 shirt I don't wear anymore. You know what I'm talking about? So if this is a temporary event, I would rather have it just be a villain gear instead of Villains After Hours gear. That's me. Like I said, the villains won't be having character greetings. The price for this, like I said, it's comparable to a regular day ticket. $139 to purchase it in advance, and $144 to purchase it on the night of the event. Annual pass holders get a $30 annual pass holder discount. So $109 if you purchase it in advance. Okay. Well, that was fun. Let's check the chat. Busy Mama Prino. I wish I lived near Disney World. I would buy an annual pass and go every weekend. You know, that's what we try to do. That's we are so lucky and blessed to live, you know, within driving distance, to be able to go to the parks as often as we are able to. You know, we were I was there on Saturday. I plan on being back there this Sunday. So yeah, it's really nice. If you can make it happen, I highly suggest you do. So, bucket list or you know, long-term plan. You know, even if you got to wait 30 years till you retire to do it, it's yeah. I don't regret making the move from Michigan to Florida, if that's what you're asking. It's not what you're asking, but that's what I just said. What else we have here? Jamie B says the new Dumbo buckets and cups look cool, and from what I understand, the Dumbo merchandise, the cups and the plush toys, are all better than the movie itself. I haven't seen the movie. I've only heard some things about it. Of the handful of people I heard talk about it, only one of them said it was a good movie. Didn't heap a ton of praise on it. I know Rotten Tomatoes, it was hovering around 50%, and so take that for what it's worth. But everybody seems to love the merchandise. Dumbo looks really cute. Those plush toys, and the popcorn. Do they have a popcorn bucket with Dumbo on it? I think I saw. Yeah. So the merchandise is going to do much better than this current movie. But you know, Dumbo is a classic character, and you still have the classic cartoon. So I don't know if the Dumbo legacy is necessarily going to be tainted by a bad movie, but we'll see. So, you know, get your super cute merchandise and feel good about it, and not be embarrassed that you're supporting a horrible movie. I'm rambling. Okay. What else? They have been sold out each time we visited. We were told they might not have more. Oh, interesting. Disney Nerders, isn't there free food and stuff at those events? There is at the Halloween party and the Christmas party, but for the after hours events, I don't know if it's free. I haven't been to an after hours event. I just I can't bring myself to pay that much for just a couple of hours when I get to go so often. So I don't really know if I were vacationing here, I would really consider getting a ticket to an after hours event, because like I said, the crowds are limited, and you get the park a half full park, if that, and that's only if they sell all the tickets for the event. So, you know, if it's not sold out, there'll be even fewer people there. So, and I don't even think they have the fast passes going for events like that, just because there are so few people. The lines just won't be that long. You know, the longest you would have to wait would be manageable, and you wouldn't feel like you were wasting your time waiting in line. So if I lived away from here and I were vacationing, I would highly consider getting a ticket to an after hours event. Walt Disney World Aerial Adventure, welcome. Walt Disney World used to do grad night years ago. Yeah, I'm a high school teacher, and our students would go to grad night just as little as maybe 4 years ago, and now they go to Universal Studios. Disney does no longer have the grad night. Yeah, they're going to Universal now, which was another cool event. Students would be able to pay, I don't know what tickets are, $80, $90 to go and spend the evening at, it was usually Magic Kingdom. And but I think those events were very crowded because there would be high schools, seniors from high schools from all over the place. Now they'd have multiple days or nights of grad night, but it was still always very crowded from what I understand. I never chaperoned that event. Excuse me, first burp. And that means it's time for our sponsor, D&G Explorers, sponsoring my first burp there. D&G Explorers. There's some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's D&G Explorers. So thank you, D&G Explorers. Hope to see you guys back on YouTube very soon, and we will. So that's good. So, okay, let's move on from the news, and those are the only two things I had going. Like I said, at the beginning of the show, I went to Epcot on Saturday, and I just want to show you maybe 2 minutes of video here of Epcot construction. Now, this is back in World Showcase, and it's the area International Gateway is what you'll see in the first clip, and you'll see the Disney Skyliner station and a bit of construction. I'll just play it. Why am I describing it? Let's watch it together. So here is the bridge between France and the UK pavilions, and that's the International Gateway, what I like to call the back door to Epcot. And you can see sort of in the middle of the screen, there's a long green awning, and above that is the top of a green building, not the tall green roof with the chimney, but the one to the left of that, and that's the Disney Skyliner station, and you can see the cables going off to the left, and you can see there on the pavement they have it walled off where they're building something. I don't know what's going on there, but with the addition of the Skyliner station, there's going to be a lot more people there, so I would imagine they're expanding that area. Now here I went to the right, and this is the France pavilion, and you can see the scaffolding and the construction above the pavilion buildings, and that's the Ratatouille ride that they're building. So that's coming along nicely. In addition to the Ratatouille ride, it was announced that France is going to have another restaurant, it's a crepe restaurant. What do they call that? A crepatorium, or I know that's not it. A creperie or something. But yeah, so that was just a bit of construction in World Showcase at Epcot. So I would imagine the Skyliner will be opening sooner than we think. You know, they're doing tests all over, though I've never heard of them testing that particular station or the Skyliner cabins going from the Epcot station to Hollywood Studios or wherever it would go from Epcot. I don't know what the next closest station is. Is it the Caribbean Beach Resort? It doesn't matter. But I just haven't seen testing from there. I've seen a lot of footage, and I have even seen the cabins on the cables when I've been to Hollywood Studios recently. So they're doing the testing there. So, yeah, I'm hoping that before June the Skyliner's open, and I don't know if it will be, but certainly they're going to want it open for business before August when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opens in Hollywood Studios. So, Rob Fuzz, welcome to the live stream. Thanks for being here. Lily Jean, thank you for joining us on the live stream. Thanks for being here, everybody. So that was construction at Epcot. All right, this morning, Marvel Entertainment released another, they didn't call it a trailer, they called it a special look at Endgame. Folks, if you're a fan of Avengers and Marvel movies like I am, you are super excited that Avengers Endgame will be open in theaters in just a couple of weeks. Hard to believe. We just had Captain Marvel, and now we're getting Endgame, which promises to be a real event. The movie, they released the total running time of the movie, 3 hours and 2 minutes. I had one of my students with autism is a big Marvel fan, and he said, I am not going to the I'm not going to the theater to see that. And I said, why? Because it's 3 hours long. I can't do that. So I get that. But I can't wait, and tickets are on sale. So I just bumped the mic, sorry. So this morning on Marvel Entertainment's YouTube channel, they released what they called Avengers Endgame Special Look, and it looks like another trailer. Steve's World, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So let me play it. There's some new footage here we haven't seen before, and some new sounds too, so this is very cool. So here it is if you haven't seen it. Here is Avengers Endgame Special Look.
If we do this, we'd be going in short-handed.
Yeah, you mean because he killed all our friends?
We owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
It's not about how much we lost. It's about how much we have left. We're the Avengers. We gotta finish this. You trust me? I do. You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Tickets on sale now.
Now that was that got me excited. If we had seen trailers before, what I like is they're not showing us a ton of stuff, even though they just showed us some new stuff in that. But some things to note in that was Tony Stark and Captain America shaking hands. So they make nice. So that's cool to see. You knew they would. They have a common enemy in Thanos. And speaking of Thanos, you see and hear him in this. And what's interesting and what answered a question we've had from other trailers is one of the things he said there was, where did that get you? Back to me. And it had always looked like in previous trailers that the team had traveled back to Titan, Thanos' homeworld. So, and if he's saying that, then apparently they did go back to Titan. Excuse me, that was another burp. I may as well mention it. That was also brought to you by D&G Explorers. D&G Explorers, eat fresh. Also in the Avengers trailer, you saw a nice little moment with Pepper Potts and Tony Stark, I guess maybe reuniting or something, I don't know, but they had a quick little embrace there. So that was cool, and I like seeing, now not everybody's there because so many of the people, so many of our beloved characters won't be in the beginning, at least, of this Endgame movie. So the ones that we do know will be there, it was cool to see them all in the same room together like that. So there was a nice shot of that as well. And to acknowledge Rhodey or War Machine, that Thanos had killed all their friends. So they certainly have a chip on their shoulder and an axe to grind, and this is going to be an awesome movie. And I don't want to see too much more, though. I really don't. But yeah, I can't wait. So what is it? April? I saw Bob had mentioned Thursday, April 25th. He's got his tickets for 8 p.m. Indeed. I think I just had a chat. Steve's World also has his tickets for Endgame. Got them today. I don't blame you. Yeah. This, I hope it's as good as I think it's going to be. But we'll see. Even if it's half as good as Infinity War, it's still going to be a great movie, I think. Busy Mama Perino. One of my sons said, Endgame, can't wait to see it. He's 8 years old and loves Marvel. I'm right with him. I was never a big comic book person, but I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think this is such a fun time to be a fan of these movies. I am all in. Whatever movie they release, they've got my money. I'm going to see it. So yeah, can't wait. April 25th. So that's cool. You have to figure a lot, if not all of them, come back. Otherwise, no Spider-Man. That's true. We know of movies that Marvel has slated in the future. This might be a spoiler alert, but Bob already mentioned it in the chat. There's going to be another Spider-Man movie. They've released the trailer for that. But there's also going to be another Guardians movie. There's going to be another Black Panther movie, among others. So, yeah. Yeah, can't wait. Lucky Minute, love your chat checks. It always makes me... Thank you. That's the point. It's a silly little thing I like to do. Have you guys seen... I'm moving on now. There was a viral video going around. It's my wife showed me. I think it was on Facebook where she saw it. It may have been on Good Morning America as well. But just within this past week, there was a gentleman staying at. Or I don't know if he was staying there, but he was in the Grand Floridian lobby. And there's they have a piano in the lobby there, and his daughter had gone up to the piano player and asked if her daddy could sing with the piano player. And he did sing with the pianist, and they recorded it, and they put it online. The man's name... Oh, let me see. Let's see. The gentleman's name is Justin Gigliello. I assume he's in entertainment of some sort. I don't know if he's a professional singer, but he does have a YouTube channel. He posted this to it. I'm going to play it. This is a video of him and his daughter lovingly looking on while her daddy sings. It's super cute. Let's watch it together. How cool is that? I would have loved to have been there when that was happening. Super cute that his daughter is looking up at him doing that. He must do that all the time. She knows what he can do. It'd be a different story if she went up to the pianist and said, "Can my daddy sing?" and he was just trying to please his daughter, but he couldn't sing at all. No, he knew what he was doing. He's done this before. Yeah, that was a pretty cool video. His name, if you're interested and you want to watch it again, you can watch this show again, I suppose. But he has his own channel, Justin Gigliello. I had his name up there. Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Let's do a final chat. They're talking about the lobby in the Grand Floridian, and Bob of Bob and Ashley says now they have all the chocolate eggs in the lobby. Yes. The Lucky Minute says I bet the lobby smells good. Not as good as when the gingerbread houses go up, though. Interesting. Yeah, that's amazing to be there for Christmas. And I've been there a number of times for Christmas. I don't know if I've ever seen the chocolate eggs in the lobby of the Grand Floridian. Busy Mom Prino, amazing. Jamie B, that sounded wicked cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Bob was a baby holding the camera in the beginning. Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, when recording, if I can give a little lesson, if you're using your phone to record something, a lot of people hold their phone up like this and record. And then, of course, that's the shape of your frame. So if you watch it on a computer or a television, you're not using up to 3/4 of your screen because your phone's like this when your TV is shaped like this. So I would encourage everybody, if I can be a little bit of a video snob here, just to turn your phone like this and record this way. That way, if you ever go viral, and the clip of yourself singing Ave Maria in the lobby of Fort Wilderness, it's filling the whole screen, and it's not just look at look at that. My phone is only covering up maybe 1/3 of the screen, and now it's covering up the entire screen. Does that make sense? Okay, yeah. All right, I'll stop. But yeah, I'm just saying it drives me crazy when I see videos like this. I know they're amateurs, and that's cool. At least they're getting video, right? What do I care? I'm just saying, I always hold my phone like that. So, yeah, so perhaps a baby was holding the camera. But the guy did a wonderful job, indeed. Busy Mom Prino says, my 8-year-old and I are watching Flash. That's DC, so he's on the fence, Marvel and DC, or just likes everything. He just likes it all. It is cool. You know, DC certainly has it going on television, Marvel more so in the movies, but it's a fun time to be a 8-year-old, isn't it? Watching all this stuff. Yeah, indeed. Oh yeah, Bob makes the point. And they zoom in, and zooming in shows all the shakes. Yes, the more you zoom in using your camera, the more every shake is amplified. So if you keep your phone zoomed all the way out, only zooming in when as a last resort. If you want to get a closer look at something, physically get closer to it. But the more you zoom in using your camera or your phone, the more the shakes are evident, and it's just it's a lot worse. So yes, good point, Bob. Yeah, so that's it. I think that is it for this evening. I've got a kid with the flu now, so I'm gonna go play nurse, and hope he feels better soon. And I want to thank you for being here on the live stream. Everybody that was here participating in the chat. Hope you enjoyed the show. I will be back next week, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when I usually go on. My support channel, D&G Explorers, still taking some time off. We will see them real soon. And then I guess my next edited video will be of my time at Epcot's Flower and Garden Festival. I was there on Saturday, so I'll put something together and show you guys. That's really my first love, is editing. I enjoy editing that stuff together, so that's my hobby. But I want to thank everybody again for being here, and I will see you next week. Have a great week, everybody. Excelsior.